Hi, my name is Tara Carson. I am a student here at Ball State University, and I am also the camp director and owner of Journeys Theater Camp. I decided to make this video tonight because lately I found myself thinking about how far I've come in my life and how much I've changed and how lucky I am to be where I am right now. So anybody who knows me knows that I have been through a lot of really tough things in my life. I lost my dad when I was 6, and my mom raised me and my 2 brothers all by herself. And while my mom is such a strong person, that was hard on everybody. And not just that, but I lost all my grandparents and a best friend. I never really had a sense of stability in my life. When I was in middle school and high school, I really struggled with depression and anxiety, and with loving myself. And honestly, I think that that's something that everybody struggles with at any age. And it's terrible that we can't just look in the mirror and like who we are. But it's a fact of life, I think. I was one of those girls who always thought she needed a boyfriend. And I didn't have a lot of boyfriends, but the ones that I did were not exactly great for me. And yet I would stick in relationships for a really long time because I was afraid that nobody better, I guess, would ever love me. I let myself be taken advantage of. I did a lot of things that I wasn't ready to do. Made a lot of decisions that I had no business making, honestly, as young as I was and as confused as I was. I hated myself. I didn't have a lot of friends because I would completely change who I was and give all of my time and energy to the boy I was dating. And so friends didn't really stick around. Also, I was really religious in high school and middle school, and I pushed a lot of people away with that. And it's funny to me now that I preach about love and God's love and how we should all love each other, and yet I was so quick to judge people and honestly make their lives terrible. And I was not a good person. Not that I tried to be a bad person, but I didn't know how to be any other way. I was so controlled by how much I hated myself and with my emotions, and just this void inside of me from growing up without my dad that I felt like a boyfriend in high school could fill, I guess. And I was just dark. When I think about my life before now, that's just what it feels like. Like it's dark and like I'm constantly behind some veil, and I was like unreachable to the world, and it was a terrible, terrible feeling. And I guess I just want anybody who's watching this to know that it does get better. I mean, I'm living proof of that. I am finally feel like the person I always knew that I had inside of me, and that I always knew I could be, but I just never could. Something was always stopping me, and it was because I had an illness that I was afraid to face, and that was my anxiety and my depression. And once I hit rock bottom my first year at college and almost let down a group of really awesome people, because I just wouldn't come through for them, I realized like it was something that I couldn't ignore anymore. And I went and got help. And I just want you to know that that's the first step to making things better. You can't just sit around and wait for the world to change. You have to go out there and change it for yourself. You have to be proactive. Get help. Tell somebody you're hurting. You have to stop letting your circumstances and your emotions and everything you can't control you. I mean, it's your life. You have to go out there and grab it and live the life you want. I got help, and in the last 2 years of my life, I've done incredible things. I run my own business and go to school full time. I change kids' lives all the time. And I thought maybe this would be a good way for me to tell you, any of you who are hurting, that I know what it feels like to hurt in so many different ways. But you are an amazing person. You are. You just gotta embrace it. Stop living your life based on the bad and start living your life based on the good. Make the choices that you need to make to be healthy and be happy with your life. At my camp, we have a motto, and it's that dreams become reality one choice at a time. That's what my camp's about. It's about teaching kids that they have control of their lives and that they have choices and that the choices they make affect them. And so that's what I want you to know. The choices you make determine your destiny, nothing else. Don't ever forget that. And just hold on and keep fighting, because it does. It gets better.